Yeah, we give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. And that's what we do here on the drive-thru Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Is deliver live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later, and deliver those winners at professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and at Sports Chat Play. So let's take a peek at who's on the show with us for today. All right, this is Brad Friends with us. Rod Zawacky, Brian Bitler, Jovan Burts will sign in momentarily, David Racey, Jay Briggs. This is how they'll line up for this evening. We got Bitler, Racey, Briggs, Francis Burts, Clark, a late scratch, Zawacky, and I will close this one out. All right, we got NBA, a 6-game card up here on the board. Also in action with Major League Baseball. Looks like we've got 11 in the primetime hour. Hockey up there with an 8-game board as well. We'll get some NIT tomorrow, doubleheader in the NIT from Hinkley Fieldhouse. So let's get this show underway as we always do on every Monday. We get the week started with Brian Bitler. Catch him over at Pick Dog Stream. We'll bring Brian in right now. I think we'll be set to go with Brian. Brian, what's happening?
Yeah, it was a brutal weekend for me. I lost my college basketball games yesterday. I lost a hat to Jay. The whole world's crashing down. But, Monday's a new week and lots of action on the horizon with Major League Baseball. So ready to start it all over again.
Ready to start indeed. Major League Baseball another week. NBA here, a couple weeks left of the regular season. Then we get into the play-in round in a couple weeks. But these are two teams that may be in that play-in round 2 weeks from now. They're saying this could be the 9-10 game. We'll see how it rolls here. Hawks at Bulls here. Bulls down to 2 now, total 221.5.
Yeah, for me, I'm looking at Atlanta Hawks travel and take on those Chicago Bulls. And like I said, I was done with the Hawks, but they just keep pulling me back in. I just can't resist taking them on some days. And Chicago is on a back-to-back spot off an absolutely huge win yesterday. This Hawks team, I think they're desperate coming in here. They need wins off that loss Saturday. The Hawks terrible at ATS, as everybody knows, but this is a double revenge spot for them against the Bulls here. They lost both previous games this season to them. Hawks just offensively a lot better than the Bulls. It's going to be offensively, the Hawks will be too much for the Bulls to handle. If you look at their defensive rating, Chicago is just a little bit better, but I think the offense is is going to enable the Hawks here. So for me, I think the Hawks pull away late in this one and win it straight up. But I'm going to be a wuss here. Take the points. Any point you can get here. Take the Atlanta Hawks plus the points.
All right, Brian here on the Hawks plus the points, plus the 2 here against the Chicago Bulls. Bulls a team on the back-to-back. Bulls relatively healthy, other than Phillips, just a reserve out here. So you're going to see probably most likely the starting 5 in there for Chicago. Murray in, Capella in, Johnson, Bogdanovich in for Atlanta. We know Young has been out for a while, but you've got your scores in there for the Hawks.
Yeah, and another thing, the Hawks have been dominated by the Bulls as far as ATS wise. Bulls have covered 8 of the last 10 with the Atlanta Hawks. So I just think with these recent losses here, they can't afford to keep losing Atlanta if they want to make them get into the playoffs and get the best position possible. So for me, I think Atlanta's the better team, and you're getting points here, and they're more rested. So take the Hawks.
We know over the years, Brian, you've been a big backer of the Pittsburgh Pirates. What do you thought of their start? And they're up now 3-1 on the Nationals here in the 7th.
Well, I cashed on the Pittsburgh Pirates, I believe, 3 of the 4 games, whether it was a free pick or premium pick. But today I went against them because they're 4-0, and they were getting slight plus money in this one against the Washington Nationals. To me,
we got a tie game.
Odd.
We got a tie game.
A
home run.
Yeah.
A home run.
Go
2-run
Nats,
home run off Contreras. So bottom of the 7th, it's 3-3 tie. They give it up. The bullpen gives it up. Home run here. 2-run home run for Riley Adams. So the Nats have tied it at 3-3.
Yeah. I don't know what's more exciting, a late overtime goal in hockey to give you the win, or a home run, late in the game to give you the win or the tie. But hopefully the Washington Nationals can pull it out for me. Like I said, Pittsburgh was good early, but now everybody jumping on them. That's when I'm jumping off. But maybe they'll catch a harder opponent in their next grouping of games.
Yeah, a lot. Big lot of fans there in Washington. They won the World Series not too long ago, right? They've had success, but it's been really down years. So the fans still showed up, and they're tied it up here at 3-3. So we'll see how it closes out here. But Brian here now on the Hawks +2 against the Bulls tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. All right, Brian, let's take a look over at Pick Dog for tonight's action there. NBA on the board tonight. We have an 8-game card, and we also have as well Major League Baseball, 11 games in the primetime hour as well. Hockey had a nice card tonight, 8 games as well. So lots of volume on the board tonight. Brian enjoyed a really good college hoops year. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Well, even though the Nationals play is off the board, I still have my titanium available over at pickdogs.com. 75, 49, and 1. Last 125. That's a 60% hit rate. You can get that play for just $25. Pickdogs.com, or my other play in Major League Baseball for $30. I believe it's the Money Shot or the Pound Zone, one of those two. Definitely starting to heat up. I'm only 5-3 in Major League Baseball, but it's been a pretty public-heavy start to the season. So I'm just lucky that I'm in the positive and look to move forward this week. Baseball, a lot of opportunities on deck.
Absolutely, guys. A lot of opportunities. During the week we get 15 to 14 games. You usually get those Monday and Thursday light games, but other than that, it's 15 games. Here we roll, but for a while, for Monday, usually a little lighter, but today we got 14 games with Brian. A really good college hoops board up there, and no better time to get on board with Brian's 7-day all sports pass, right? You get all of Brian's premium plays for 7 days, include NIT. We got NIT semis and finals this week. Also the Final Four. I'm pretty sure Brian will have the tournament game, championship game on Sunday to take advantage of that 7-day pass and use that promo code PICK at checkout. It'll save that 15% off. Multi-cap promotions available as well. All right, Brian, as always, great having you show. Have yourself a great evening. We'll catch up with you again on Friday. And of course, let everybody know about your video series over at Pick Dogs channel.
Well, make sure you tune in every day at the Pick Dogs YouTube channel for my sharp betting, contrarian predictions. Just about to record tomorrow's video. I've got to take a look at the games for tomorrow. And then I'll hopefully be on the weekend show and hang out with everybody, trying to start some fights and pick some fights and have some fun hanging out.
You got some revenge to get that hat. Get a hat. So we got to.
Yeah, I almost said something about the Rangers and pick the other side of that one, but I'm already in one hat deep. I don't know if I want to go two.
No more hats. Yeah, you don't want to get in too much trouble. All right, Brian, have a great night. We'll catch up with you again on Friday.
Thanks for having me, Tone. Catch you at the end of the week.
Catch you in the week. Brian Bitler here on the drive-thru. Let's continue on. Guys, it's time for our chat pick of the week. So let's tell you, a pick of the day, I should say, chat pick of the day. Here's the game. It's not covered on the show today. Suns and Pelicans. Yeah, we see probably the big game for both teams, right? Playoff positioning here. So if you like the Suns plus 1.5, type A in the chat. If you like the Pelicans minus 1.5, type B. Over 223, it's C. Under 223, it's D there. So let me fix that real quick so no one gets confused here on that total. It should be 223 there, not 233. So let me go and change that up right now so there's no confusion. For those that aren't listening, they may just, hey, I'm getting a better number. No, you're not. I'm going to fix it right now. So it's 223, not 233. So we'll fix that poll question. It is. Okay, again, put your votes in the poll right now. The first one in is on the Pelicans minus 1.5. And we'll track them here. We're not going to count money lines here, Ray. You're going to have to go spread. It's going to get too out of control if we start putting money lines in. So one in for Blake as well. So 2 so far on the Pelicans right now as we begin this poll. So continue voting throughout the show. And we just got another one coming in right now on the over. So the first total coming in on the show today. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru. Up next, we got David Racey. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We got coverage today here with David in the Major League Baseball with obviously the Tigers, a team that he knows very well. So we'll bring him in right now. I think we're set to roll here with David Racey. David, what's happening?
Not much, Tony. How are you doing? How was your weekend?
Weekend was great. Great weekend. Of course, looking forward to this week. Some good action tonight here on a diamond here. Tigers on the road to face the Mets. Mets $1.32. We see the total coming in here at 7.5.
Yeah, my Tigers, they started the season with 3 wins over the White Sox. They were fortunate to open the season with a pretty easy opponent. White Sox really in a rebuilding year. But Detroit's pitching staff played pretty well with the exception of Kenta Maeda. A bullpen looked good. The starters, 2 of them looked really solid. And tonight they're going with Reese Olson, who's one of their younger pitchers. And he finished last season pitching very well. I mean, he had good numbers all season, but the last 5 or 6 starts, he allowed 2 earned runs or fewer against some pretty decent teams. And I like him to go out and have another good outing here tonight. So I'm going to take the Tigers. When you're looking at the Mets, they just got swept by the Milwaukee Brewers. Really struggled to hit the ball in that series, scoring only 1 run in games 1 and 3. They're starting Sean Manaea, who had decent numbers last season, but he really didn't have a starter's workload. He only worked 2 to 4 innings at a time for the majority of the season. I just think it's a really even matchup, and I give the pitching advantage to Detroit, so I'll take the Tigers in the plus money.
Yeah, David says here, take the Tigers plus the money here. Yeah, when you look at Mania's splits, man, on the road, the past couple seasons, it's been terrible. ERA approaching 6. He has been hurt by the home run. And New York Mets have been struggling hitting the right-handed pitchers this year. And really pretty good performance here by the Tigers bullpen over the weekend.
Yeah, I've been critical of the Tigers. I mean, they've been rebuilding for what seems like, a decade plus. And but this year they have some promise. They're in that really weak AL Central. Really, the Twins are the favorite, but not by much. But this Tigers pitching staff is just really solid. They have young starting pitching. Their bullpen has some really solid pieces. I'm not too sure about Alex Lang, but Foley looked really good over the weekend. Shelby Miller looked good. So, yeah, I'm excited for this season. We have a little bit of hope here for the Tigers, which is something we haven't been able to say in quite some time. So I just hope they can keep playing well and get the victory for us here tonight.
There you go. Exactly. It's not just Minnesota. Of course, now, interesting note here with Cleveland. Remember, we forgot McKenzie and Bieber were hurt last year, so Cleveland should make, even though they do management change, there's a team to keep an eye on.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think McKenzie's pitching tonight, and I'm excited to see how he does because when he's healthy and he's on his game, he's a very good pitcher. So definitely Cleveland's one to look out for. Their bats are still, outside of Jose Ramirez, really questionable. But pitching-wise, Cleveland is very strong.
Yeah, very strong indeed. Of course, with McKenzie and B, remember, they were both out. They were both injured last year. We almost forgot about that. That made it a lot easier for the Twins there. David,
and they almost Cleveland hung in that race too. I mean, they were in it into mid-September. So yeah, adding those two, you're right. That'll be a big help for them.
That's right. David here on the Tigers, plus 121 against the Mets. This one tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern time. All right, David, let's take a look over at Pick Doctor for tonight's action. Of course, we have on the board NBA card up here. We've got 6 games, I believe, on the NBA. We've got still 11 games in the primetime hour for Major League Baseball, some beginning here in less than about 20 minutes. NHL 8-game card as well. Heading to a nice week of college hoops, NIT, and NCAA tournament still set to go for this week. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, tonight I have 5 premium plays. I have 3 in the NHL, 1 in the NBA, and 1 in baseball. I've been hot in the NHL and the NBA this season. Baseball, I'm 1 game under 500, had a rough day yesterday. But yeah, I'm excited for this week. Like you said, we have some NIT semifinals tomorrow, and then I think the championship's Thursday, and then the Final Four. So it should be a great week, great time to jump on long term. All these sports, especially NBA and NHL, coming down the stretch to the postseason. So head on over to Pick Dogs Premium, check it out.
That's right, guys. Got a board with David Racey over at Pick Dogs Premium. Great results. NHL come off a winning day yesterday. No better time now to get on the long-term passes. You see the 3, 7, or 3rd-day all-sports pass of David's premium plays for that time period. Select when you go to his handicap page, make that purchase. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout, and you'll save that 15% off. All right, David, as always, great having you on the show. Have yourself a great week. We'll catch up with you again next week. But we always find you in the weekend shows, and also you're a written contributor over on the sites.
Yes, now that college hoops is done, I take a little deep breath here from the article writing. It was a brutal stretch. It always is in college basketball. But any sport, NBA, NHL, baseball, the remaining games in college hoops, head on over to Pick Dogs or Sports Chat Place. Click on the free pick tab. Click whatever sport you're looking for. You can get a free pick article on just about every single game. So it's a great place to get a nice write-up, get stats, get trends, and a free pick.
That's right, guys. So make sure to check it out. David Racey there on the site. Sorry, David. Have a great night. We'll catch up with you again next week.
Sounds good, Tony. Thank you.
You as well. David Racey here on the Drive Thru. Let's continue here on our show. Guys, let's take a look at our chat pick of the day. We're getting some one-sided action here in this game. Suns and Pelicans. If you like the Suns plus 1.5, it's A. Pelicans lay the 1.5, it's B. Over 223, C. Under 223 is D. Right now we have 5 right now on the Pelicans, 1 on the Suns, 1 on the over. So keep these votes coming in here, and we'll continue to track it until the end of the show. So keep those votes in for these picks. Just type your choice in the chat. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through. Up next, it's Jay Briggs. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. You can catch him in the morning shows as well here during the week and weekend. Yes, we got some baseball on action ready to roll here. I think we'll bring him here in just a second. Where is Jay Briggs? Jay's ready to roll. Jay, what's happening?
On ET, what's happening, my man?
What's going on, Jay? All right, here we go. Your team hits the road here in the Rangers off to face the Rays. The Rays, $1.21, total 8.5.
Yeah, I think this is a very interesting series getting ready to tip off. Of course, we all know how it ended for the Rays last year. The Rangers came into Tropicana Field and beat them down and sent them home. Surprise to many, not to some. I was not one of those surprised. I left this game off my premium side today because there is a sliver of me that's a little nervous about the revenge angle for the Tampa Bay Rays. But this is baseball where they play 180,000 games a season. So you have to find the value. You know what I mean? I like betting baseball for value. And when you bet baseball for value, you usually will end up on the right side when it's all said and done. And when I look at it and from that perspective, the Rangers as a dog here, the better team that just won the World Series, I have to play it at this price. So I think they have a legitimate shot to go in there and beat them up. We just saw them do it when it mattered most. I see no reason why they can't go in there and do it again today. I like Dane Dunning on the mound. I'm on the Rangers today. Tony at the plus money.
All right, Jay here on the Rangers here, plus money here against the Rays. We're going to see Pepe in here for Tampa. He was involved in that trade with the Dodgers, right? They moved they moved a stud pitcher to the Dodgers, obviously for cash, right? Pepe had coming in. Did get the home run. It was a rising star in the Dodgers organization, so they're getting a pretty decent pitcher. How he develops from here, who knows? Of course, Dunning was someone we know about, right? He started last year. Now, he was demoted to the bullpen last year because he's had so much trouble pitching on the road. If you look at some of his road numbers, I mean, there's some ugly road numbers for Dunning. But last year, he was demoted to the bullpen. Because of the injuries, he got inserted into the starting lineup. I remember his first start was on the road. And my goodness, he turned it around. He was able to be effective on the road now. So they're hoping that this continues because Dunning had kind of a rough start in Major League Baseball with the Rangers with these ugly road splits. And matter of fact, you go back and look at some of these numbers on the road, it's atrocious. But this was when Dunning was bad on the road. We got a really good year out of him last year.
Yes, he was a huge part in because the Rangers were banged up last year as well in the pitching staff. That's why a lot of people weren't totally in love with them, which I understand. But offensively is where the Rangers just are able to overcome some of their pitching woes. But Dunning, when he's on, he's a really serviceable arm. And I think he'll be able to do enough here, serviceable arm, enough to allow his offense to back him up. And I think the Rangers can get to Pepio. One thing I will not do is discredit the Rangers for the offense that they have, one of the best in Major League Baseball. Just go look at runs per game last year, total runs last year, all those things. Rangers were right up there with all the best. The Dodgers, the Braves, those were the top three. So an offensive team doesn't necessarily show up in the pricing that I think they should more often than not. So, again, from a value perspective, Dunning, not my favorite option, but I think with the offense back behind him at the plus money price, I'll take the Rangers.
All right, we got Jay here on the Rangers here, plus the 112 against the Rays. And, of course, everybody thinks that in the West, it's really, they don't give much respect to the Angels, not a whole lot of respect to, obviously, the Oakland Athletics. Seattle's a team that just has struggles with offense, right? They're a team that's struggling. They got some good pitchers, but you can never get the offense going. Everybody thought the team you got to lock off for is Houston, but, man, Houston got clobbered there against the Yankees.
And I think something that I really haven't heard enough of is, A, the totality of the losing streak Houston is on at home when you look at it from the struggles they had last year. And, B, Dusty Baker's gone. Yeah. So, they got some new faces in the building, some new voices going on over there. And I don't like what I'm seeing. I don't. We're seeing late game errors that have cost them games. It's not like the Yankees just went in there and beat them up. That's not what happened in that series. The Astros kind of coughed up a couple of those games and gifted them to the Yankees. So, I don't know. Nobody's happier than me, though, than to see the Astros.
Yeah, that was the one team you had to keep an eye on was Houston. And it looks so far the Rangers can really get a big leg up on this division here. Pirates have taken the lead here after coughing it up. Top of the eighth, runner on second now. 4-3, the Pirates are looking to continue, and they got another hit here. Let's see where this is going. No, into warning track out. Yep, warning track out. So they'll have a runner in second and a couple out here. So Pirates took the lead 4-3 top of the eighth here against Washington. So we'll keep an eye on that one. Only day game left here on the card today. So Jay, you're thinking maybe that we're not seeing that World Series tax on this Rangers team on the road.
No, we're not. We're not, and we haven't seen it to open this season because we were cheaply priced all 3 games against the Cubs. I don't know what it is. But if they're going to continue to give me value on the Rangers this season, I'm certainly going to take it.
Going to take it. There you go. Plus, they're on the Rangers plus 112 tonight, 6:50 Eastern time. All right, Jay, let's take a look over at Pick Dog for tonight's action. Of course, we're in action tonight look at the NBA numbers from Jay, man. This is amazing. You're 4,487 units of profit in the NBA, man. Let me tell you, man. And he's hitting it right now when it's hard. This time of the year, let me tell you something, not easy with these massive spreads and, kind of figure out who's in play and who's tanking. But Jay's in the NBA like no one else right now. Great results here. Also, you can get on board with Jay with NBA. We have baseball, still 11 games left to go tonight in the primetime hour. Head into a big week of college hoops with NIT and NCAA tournament. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Hey, man, I got a lot going on. Like you said, it's the best time of year with baseball back, NBA winding down, getting ready for the postseason. Still plenty of value to be found, though. And college hoops, I'm loving what we got going on right now. Just came out of March. So it's a new month, new goals, new opportunities. You guys can hop on a monthly pass, and hopefully we kick the crap out of it like we did in March. I think I hit at like all sports combined 60-something% for the month of March. It's kind of great. So if you think I can do it again, hop on with me something long term. But specifically for today, I have my NBA play of the day, looking for our 5th straight on that play today. Or you can hop on, again, something long term. I have a Major League Baseball play of the day. We're 3-0 on that to begin the season. And I have 4 plays total today, 2 NBA, 2 baseball. So you guys can hop on something long term when they get all of those. Or pair me up with one of the guys here at Pick Dogs Premium, and let's continue to kick the crap out of the books.
That's right, guys. Got to go with Jay Briggs over at Pick Dogs Premium. Look at the results in the NBA. 4,487 units of profit in the NBA. That's all documented. Verify that. Go to Jay's handicapper page. Go down to Pick History. You can check it all out there if you like. And, of course, I know a better time to get on board with those long-term passes. Remember that 1-month pass gets you the remainder of NBA regular season and into the first round of the NBA playoffs. Don't forget that play-in round starts 2 weeks from today. Actually, we'll have the day off. Then we get into the play-in round, I believe, on Tuesday. So we're 2 weeks away from that play-in round, and we get through this regular season. Jay also showing profit here. College hoops showing profit MLB. So a great time to get on board with that all sports pass. Pick as a promo code. You will save that 15% off. Add another capper there. 2-for-1 cap promotion. Even greater value there. All right, man. These Pirates, man, I'm telling you, they coughed up the run. They just threw up a 3 spot right now in Washington. We'll see if these Pirates are for real. They coughed it up 3-3. McCutcheon with a line drive hit. They just put 3 on the board after giving up the lead. 6-3 now. Pirates over the Nats. So
I got a bonus play for the chat, Tony. I got a bonus play.
Let's do it.
I'm going women's college hoops.
Nice.
I'm taking Iowa.
Oh!
Taking Iowa. I got to go with Caitlin Clark. She's the real deal, getting her revenge from last season. I like what's going on there at LSU. I really, really do. But I think Caitlin's just on a mission, and I think they get it done tonight and move on to the finals. So I got to take Iowa. I think it's last time I seen it was 1.5. So now, or at least that's where I'm at. I got it in at 1.5 on Iowa. So.
Yeah, I was thinking of putting that on the email list as a possibility, but I knew some of the guys were talking about it. Let me go ahead and put the lines up. Let me see what the line is on this game here tonight. Women's college basketball. Where are we at with the women's? I can't. My line service. I know my line service has it. I just got to find my women's college hoops. Here we go. Let's see what the line is on this game tonight. Actually, they're showing me the games from last night. Oh, brother, I hate when I do that. Jay, what is this? What is the seed here? I heard someone talking because I haven't followed it that close. I heard that LSU's not even a 1 seed in the region. Is that true?
No, they're not. So,
wow.
I think they were the 2 seed. 3 seed. No, yeah, they were the 3 seed.
3 seed. Wow.
Yeah, they were the 3 seed.
So they've come down a little bit, right? So
yeah, they've come down a bit from last year. But this is a rematch of the final from last year. So if you haven't watched a lot of women's college hoops this year, I think you should tune in. It starts in about 30 minutes or so on ESPN. So if you haven't watched it, I think this is at least one you should tune in for. Should be really good game.
We got Iowa here laying 2 now in LSU. And in the nightcap, we got UConn. UConn used to be the power. And they've kind of regressed a little bit. Only because some of these programs have gotten better. Like I know South Carolina has been I really like the South Carolina coach. She's probably my favorite coach in women's college hoops right now, that South Carolina coach. And then, of course, we saw that now this one here is 2 now for Iowa, laying 2. And UConn is going to be laying 3.5 against you. But we saw a lot of Pac-12 teams in this round. But, man, they got pounded out. Oregon State blew it.
I kind of lean USC in the other one. I'm not as confident in that one as I am on Iowa. But Juju, she's a bucket. She's a bucket, too. So I think she may be able to – UConn's really good, too. I understand why UConn's favored, but – I think USC can win that game if Juju has a good enough game. So attacking the plus money is probably where I lean in that USC UConn game.
There you go. Of course, LSU lost like the two big scores from last year, right? I think that's what we've seen from LSU. They weren't able to recruit from those that Mulkey coach. She played at Louisiana Tech way back in the 80s. I remember her little point guard when La Tech was a force back in the day in women's college hoops. That was way back in the late 80s. So she used to be a little point guard. So that's her history in college hoops. So Jay there with a little bonus for you guys tonight. So check him out right there. All right, Jay, have a great night. We'll catch up with you again on the show tomorrow.
See you later, Tony.
You got it. Jay Briggs here on the Drive Thru. Guys, we'll continue here on the show. Let's go ahead and update here on the chat pick of the day. We're asking you on the NBA. I think it's the NBA game of the day, right? The Suns and Pelicans, a lot to play for in playoff position here. If you like the Suns plus 1.5, type A in the chat. If you like the Pelicans minus 1.5, type B. Over 223 is C. Under 223 is D. Right now we've got 6 on the Pelicans, 1 on the Suns. We're getting more. We're getting more Pelicans here. Another 2 here on the Pels. Wow, we got 2 more on the Pels. And, boy, a lot of the folks out there. LSU, we're getting some Iowa in there. I like you guys coming in here with some of this women's play. Boy, 2 more here on the we finally got 1 here on the Suns here. Another one. Wow. 11 Pelicans, 2 on the Suns. We just got an under. Our first under came in. And the Pelicans minus 1.5. So another one. 12 on the Pelicans, 2 here. And we got another over here, so another over coming by doubles. So yeah, we're seeing a lot of. We've seen a lot. Actually, we got another one in here. Another over, another Pelicans. So we got 13 Pelicans, 2 Suns. So it's been quite the numbers here. Another over just came in right now. So 4 overs, 1 under, 13 Pelicans, 2 Suns. So it's been a pounding here for the Pelicans in our chat pick of the day. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru. Up next, we're going to bring in Brad Francis, catch him over at Pick Dodge Premium. We'll bring Brad in right now. Coverage here on the Diamond as well. Let's see if we can bring it in here in just a second. Brad, here's Brad. Brad, what's happening?
Tony T, how are we doing today?
Doing great. All right, let's get onto it here. Reds and Phillies going head-to-head tonight in Major League Baseball with the Phillies $1.41, total 8.5.
Yeah, this thing starts in like 3 minutes, so try to get in as soon as possible. But I am loving the Phillies on the money line right in this spot. Laid the juice. I don't see the Reds scoring much at all today. Not only do I like Christopher Sanchez. I think he's a good guy in this Phillies rotation. But the Reds lineup has just struggled against lefties. They're very subpar against lefties. And Abbott gets the start for the Reds. He was decent last season, but I was reading something that he had some iffy moments in spring training this season. We also just saw the Phillies. They had a tough series against the Braves. Didn't win that series. Whereas the Reds are coming off a walk-off win just yesterday. So, I could see the Reds coming into this one, fat and happy, content, while the Phillies may come in with a little bit more intensity after that tough series against the Braves. So I like this pitching matchup for the Phillies. I like the spot for the Phillies. I also think they're the most talented team. So I'm all over the Phillies tonight at this price.
All right, Brad here on the Phillies here, laying the price here against the Reds. Yeah, Christopher Sanchez, some impressive numbers there, man. When you look at his strikeout numbers, been pretty impressive here this year. Lefty at 4, and he has control, getting a lot of ground ball, 57%. but he's got to cut the home runs down.
Yeah.
Both do. Both pitchers have been hit by the home run.
Exactly. Yeah. The home run ball is a bit of a problem with Sanchez, but if he could get that down, I really think he could be a solid guy in this league. Great guy for this rotation, and yeah, like I said, being away from Great American Ballpark, I don't think the Reds have much offensive success today.
And again, this is a big step down in class for the Phillies. He's on the Braves now.
Exactly. They're probably happy. They're like, all right, get an easier competition here. Yeah, just a good spot for the Phillies.
All right, there we go here with Brad on Phillies. Later minus 139 here against the Reds, close to game time here. All right, Brad, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Sprint for tonight's action. Of course, on the board tonight, we have 11 games from Major League Baseball, a 6-game card from NBA, 8 on the ice. Brad enjoying a great NBA year, 2,250 units of profit. All document over at Pick Dog Sprint. For the year, all sports combined, 2,130 units of profit based on 100-unit wager. Brad having a fantastic 2024. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, I had a 3-pack up there, but I did have the Pirates in that 3-pack. I'm pretty pumped about that 8th inning you were just talking about. But I still do have my NBA play of the day. Been hot in the NBA all season, going to keep it rolling. Seeing the board very well right now. Like you said, it is a weird time with the NBA. Every game seems to be a double-digit spread, so it definitely takes some skill to read those lines, and I feel like I'm very comfortable with those at this point. So, yeah, just my best NBA play of the day, but something long-term is the way to go. I'm ready for a massive week, a massive month, so go check that out.
That's right, guys. Get up with Brad Francis over at Pick Dog Premium. Great results in NBA, but all sports combined last 30 days, over 1,400 units of profit, 2,100 units of profit for the year. So Brad's seen in all sports combined here, showing positive results in NBA, MLB, college basketball. Asking you to ask for all the sports, major sports. Brad is hitting right now on. Great results for Brad Francis. So get on board. Use that promo code PICK at checkout. Save that 15% off of any package, whether it's one day or long term. You make the call and get on board with Brad Francis. All right, Brad, as always, great having your show. Continue that great success. We'll catch up with you again next week, but we can always catch up with your video series, that short series on the parlays.
Yep, doing the parlays every single day on Pick Dog's YouTube. And I'm also starting to do the Nerfies and Yerfies videos started this season. So got another video series out there. I've been enjoying it a lot. So just go on Pick Dog's YouTube, man. We're all trying to make great content for you guys. And, you'll probably come across my videos as well.
That's right, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications so when these videos drop, you get them right away. Make sure you like the videos so we show up on your timeline. That's part of the algorithm there. All right. Have a great night, Brad. We'll catch up with you again next week.
Thank you, Tony. Have a good night.
Got it. Brad Francis here on the drive through. Guys, let's update the chat pick of the day, and it's been one way. It's been all one way here. It has. And it's we're asking you, the chat pick of the day is Suns and Pelicans. If you like the Suns plus 1.5, it's A. Pelicans minus 1.5 is B. Over 223 C. Under 223 is D. And right now we have got 13 on the Pelicans, just 2 on the Suns, 4 overs, 1 unders. So get those votes in. We'll recap at the end of the show. So keep them coming in. Let's continue here on the drive through. Jovan is up. Jovan Burts got some NBA coming up with Jovan. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring him in right now. And we'll get you coverage here in just a second here. I think we're ready to roll here. Jovan, what's happening?
Hey, what's going on, Tony? How you, man?
I'm doing great. Wow, look at this money line. All right, Celtics and the Hornets going head-to-head here. We see the Celtics here laying now 18, the total 218.5.
Yeah, well, I'm not touching the side, too many points to lay for the Boston Celtics. But, yeah, I'm on the over in this one. Now, the fact of the matter is the Celtics are running hard on the overs right now. They're 7-2 and 1 to the over in their last 10. It's just a situation where they've been smacking up teams, scoring a lot of points, and blowouts. It's a situation where, it get loose in the fourth quarter, or the third quarter if they're blowing them out that early. In the case of that Hawks series, both games. Well, the first game they was up by 30 in the second quarter, and then they let go of the string and lost that one. Then they lost the other one. It was more of a tight game, but in either case, they had some slippage in the on the defensive end of the court. And without Jaylen Brown, the thing about Jaylen Brown is, as much as the offensive production that he has on the court, he does play some defense, and I think that that's going to affect what Boston could do defensively also. What the Celtics love to do They love to shoot threes. So if they're hitting those threes, feeling themselves a little bit, it's going to be one of those track meet type of games. And one thing about the Hornets, when they play the Hornets, it goes over. Last 3 games were going over, and the last game they played back in November, it was a tight one. It went to overtime. It was I believe like 120 to 118 like that. So I just think it's a situation where we got a good number. At 218 and a half. You're starting to see a lot of these lower spreads from at least compared to a couple months ago or the first part of the season. You're starting to see these totals go back towards the over. So when the odds makers lowered these totals, a lot of unders started hitting. But then like over like the last I want to say couple weeks, we're seeing these spreads. I mean, that's not these spreads, but seeing these totals creeping over. Especially the ones where it's like 207, 208, 209, 210, 212. So not to say that this is anything like that, but I think this one is the overs in hand.
All right, Jovan says over here Hornets and the Celtics over the total here of 218. I just call it sort of much the clincher's flu, where you've clinched it, and usually what goes is the defense, right? You kind of loosen the reins a little bit defensively. That's kind of what we saw here with the Celtics, why their game's going over.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. They don't really have anything to play for because they've already got things solidified. They're just waiting on who they're going to play, as far as the playoffs go. So, there's that. And then, there's, preserving these players, and the Celtics they've been going through like a rotation where they sit Jaylen Brown one game, and then they'll sit, Porzingis or, but they alternate between Porzingis and Al Horford, or Derek White, Drew Holiday. He hasn't played in a while anyway, but and then they'll go through maybe one game or whatever or so every so often, where Jason Tatum doesn't play, because Jason Tatum, he's the guy that's going to be out there, for the but even with him, they'll give him a night off. So the Celtics is playing with it right now, trying to get as healthy as possible, for the playoff run.
Yeah, I noticed one thing here. It's a little different in the NBA now. In these type of scenarios, usually we'd see both ends of the court fall, but I guess with the money now, these guys don't want to drop their stats, man. They still push the offense.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bunch of past stat patterns going on, in the NBA, man. A lot of inflation going on with these guys. I'm not saying that they're not real numbers or anything like that, but this NBA, especially this year, where you've seen a lot of favorites covering, a whole lot of blowouts. It's just one of those things where, these guys, man, they're playing 3 quarters and they're dropping a heavy number. And with the Celtics, they spread it around with their players. When they're up like that. A lot of guys, you'll see the stat line, you're like, damn, so all of them scored 20 points or 20 plus points or 17, at least 17 points. And you're like, wow, what's going on? But hey, that's what they're doing to teams, especially the bad teams.
Yeah, and the thing is, with these clinching teams, don't look at the overs, because I said they still want to pad their stats and they're just going to give it up. They're just going to go lax defensively.
Yeah, I mean, it becomes a track meet because you score and then next thing you know, someone getting an outlet down the court for an easy dunk or something like that. I was watching a game. What game was it? I think it might have been the Atlanta Hawks game. I mean, and you're saying the Atlanta Hawks, that's no surprise, with the type of defense they play. But yeah, you've seen it where, guy lays it up, he's slapping himself on the ass and not getting back on defense. Next thing you know, the ball's flying over his head for an alley-oop dunk. I'm like, wow. You know what I'm saying? But that's the type of play that you're going to get in the NBA, especially in March and April.
And also, too, keep an eye on these clinching teams. defensively, because you will not see players leave their feet in the paint, and if a guy drives to the hole, they will definitely not leave their feet, because again, when you get up on the air in the paint defensively, that's a high injury risk right there.
Yeah, high injury risk and high posterization risk also. Ask John Collins.
That's absolutely right. Absolutely right here. So we got Jovan here on the Celtics Hornets over 218.5 tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Jovan, let's take a look over at Pick Dog from tonight's action. Of course, NBA 8-game card. We're getting the 640 games going on, so we still have at least about 8 or so from Major League Baseball. Jovan enjoyed a great past 7 days, nearly 500 units of profit. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, I got an MLB pack, my first MLB 3-pack of the year. I let a few days go. A couple plays here and there. I'm in the plus side. But I think it's time, to start crank on baseball. I've seen enough. I know what these teams are all about. And some of the matchups, prime matchups for getting some money. So, once you jump up on this 3, check out something long term. No NBA for me today. Just wanted to lay off it. Some free picks. Just like I just gave out. With the one I just gave out. But tomorrow I'll be back on board with the NBA. But yeah, check out something long term, 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, yearly, or match me over with one of the other handicappers for the truthful and capital emotional. Can't go wrong here, especially pick.
That's right. That's right. Get on board with Jovan Burts over at Pick Dog Premium. Great results over the last 7 days. Pick is a promo code. Save that 50% off any one-day pass or those long-term passes. That's the way to go. Indeed. All right, Jovan, as always, great having you show. Continue to success. We'll catch up with you again here on Friday. But, of course, we can catch your video shorts as well here on the channel.
Yeah, absolutely. Got that going. That's up tonight. NBA 2-team parlay. Yesterday was a partial hit, depending on if you got the right number with the Washington Wizards. So some people probably got the partial hit. Some people might not. But yes, just putting them out there. They've been hitting, ever so often. Got to crank it up on that. So yeah. And then I'm back here on Friday.
Back here on Friday indeed. So get on board. Make sure to like, subscribe, set those notifications so when Jovan drops those videos, you get them right away with the subscribe and set notifications. Remember, the like button means you'll see more of our content in your timeline because you're basically talented analyst. You like our content. That's why you hit the like button. It helps you help YouTube tell you, well, which channel should we put on your feed? Well, you hit the like button. You're talented. All right, Jovan, have a great night. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow on Friday.
Absolutely. Have a great night. See you on Friday.
You got it. Jovan Burts here on the drive-thru. Guys, we'll recap in a little bit. And let's take a look here at the chat pick of the day. Someone asked about this game, Suns Pelicans. Well, we got the answer for you. It's part of our chat pick of the day today, and it's been all one way. If you like the Suns plus 1.5, it's A. Pelicans lay the 1.5. B. Over 223. C. Under 223 is D. And right now we have 14 on the Pelicans, 2 on the Suns. We can't buy a Suns pick here. We just can't buy one right now. So right now, it is all Pelicans. We do have 4 on the over, 1 on the under. That's the chat pick of the day. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru. It's time for Rod Zawacky. We got some baseball coverage here from Rod. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. He's good to us here. Rod, what's happening?
No, not too much, Tony. I'm just watching this baseball game. Pittsburgh's whooping up. The Orioles got through the first, no score in that one. So if you had the Nerfy, you definitely cashed on that one.
They certainly did. So interesting games here as we see Casey. I'm seeing Casey Baltimore. A lot of baseball tonight, guys. And the Pirates looking. They want more. They want more runs.
Want more?
They want more.
Yeah, they want more.
More. I like what I'm seeing. This young Pirates team. They're. I like that. You give up the lead, then boom, you put 3 on the board. Tellez looks like he lost some weight. Or maybe it's the
he is, doesn't he? Yeah, Rowdy
looks like he lost a little weight. You know,
Jays might be like, "Hey, what are you doing? We might want you to come back over here. Come on."
That's right.
Come on,
Well, he might
Rowdy.
have switched to light here. He might have switched to light. I don't know, but he does look like.
That-
Well, that's what
I think
happens when
that's what
happens when you get traded to the Pirates. You think, oh my God, this is the end of the line, right? What's next after this? It's probably overseas. Right? That's a bad sign. That or KC. That's basically, you know, that's a gateway.
That or KC,
Gateway to
Right now it's the
internationally.
This year it's the White Sox, right? You want to get traded to the White Sox?
Oh my goodness,
Ooh.
yeah. Bases loaded here for the Pirates. Looking for more. The total might be, maybe the total's already in play. More. All right, this is the team everyone's talking about, these Yankees, right? They're on the road to face the D-backs. This is probably the series of the week right here, so far to start this young week. Because are the Yankees this good? Are the Diamondbacks, can they continue? But we got the bottom pitchers going, right? The 5 starters here. Yankees minus 112 total, 9.5.
Yeah, and you look at this one, at the bottom of the rung for the pitchers going for the starters, that's for sure, with Luis Gil getting the start, and then Ryan Nelson for Arizona. Yeah, and I'm going to say right off the bat that either of these guys don't equate to who gets the win in this one. I think an over might not be a bad play between these two, but also you think after those big long series, this Monday might be a slower kind of lower scoring game as well. It opened at 10. Down to 9.5, so I think you get a few innings from both these starters, and then when you go deeper into things, this Yankees bullpen's been pretty good. Looked real good against Houston. Arizona, their bullpen looked kind of shaky. You gave it up late to Colorado in that blowout 9-4 in that one game. So they've definitely got some issues, I think, on the Arizona bullpen, and that's where it comes down to late in this one. I think it's a close, tight game, as you can tell by the coin flip price. But I got to go with the Yankees. I think Juan Soto has himself a solid night here for the Yankees. I think he's going to be the bright spot in this one. I think he rips a home run. There's a bonus play for you. Take Juan Soto to crush one out of the park to add to the Yankees scoring. And I think continue their 5-0 run. And I think it's because of their bullpen. The bullpen late comes in and is able to shut down Arizona. Well, you get this that Z-backs bullpen. I think it's shaky. See how they got this at it's a plus money for Arizona? They're begging you to take Arizona. Give me the Yankees in this one.
All right, Yankees, this one. We'll talk a little more in just a bit. We're hitting the witching hour here, Rod. Let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Premium right now. Rod having joined great past 7 days. NBA on the board tonight with a 6-game card. We got about 8 Major League Baseball in the primetime hour. An 8-game card on the ice as well. We're heading into a good week of NIT and NCAA tournament action. What do you have going on over at Pick Dodge Premium?
And over at Big Dog Premium, I have 3 plays left on the board. I had that Pirates play early, so
2 more runs. 2 more runs for the Pirates. 8-3.
Oh, okay, well we're looking ready to catch that one nice early to start the week. A nice winner in that one, and then I still got 3 plays left, which is also includes my 10-star play of the day, and we've hit 10 straight 10-star plays of the day. Looking to make it 11 straight to kick off the week. You can pick it up singly over at Pick Dogs Premium. And then that's on the ice. And then I also got my Money Monday triple, which includes 2 on the ice, including the 10-star play of the day, plus my solo play in the NBA. You can head on over and scoop it up, or grab a week pass. Use that promo code PICK at checkout and join for the week. Loaded week of action ahead. So definitely jump aboard as we continue to make some money over at Pick Dogs Premium.
That's right, guys. Got both Rod Spike over at Pick Dogs Premium. You guys like that 7-day all sports pass here on the weekend. I will tell you this: it would cover the NCAA tournament, the Final Four, and Rod will have that final game in there on Sunday. Get you the championship game from college basketball and all the NBA, all the NHL as well, and MLB. A lot of sports overlapping. So go ahead and get signed up with Rod Zawacky over at Pick Dogs Premium. Back to this game here, definitely the Yankees here and the Diamondbacks. Ryan Nelson is a pitcher that really had a lot of struggles last year. They didn't trust him a lot in the postseason. I know he pitched very rarely in the postseason.
Yeah, they didn't bring him out in the postseason at all because they were scared that he had some times where he came out there and he just laid an egg, and definitely he looked bad in spots, and I think he'll be improved here because we've seen him in good spots and we've seen him in bad spots, and I think he has a good few innings. I think both these starters can get through that first round of the lineup, and then that's usually the way things go. You get the first the line once through, and then once you get to that second time through, then you start to see things where batters start to pick up on tell signs on what pitch is coming and things happen, and it's tough. And I don't think he gets to the second round of the lineup, and that's where he gets touched.
Yeah, and so far, so good with these. When these teams come, like the Yankees, when you come back from behind late in games, man, that just really, really sparks up the club out. It really brings up the energy over a team when you were able to come back from behind late in games.
And you look at this Yankees team does not want to start to a slow start like they've had the last couple seasons, right? And then they're trying to battle late, and you're trying to get them into things late and push it. They don't want that. They want to be right out front, right from start to finish. They want to be out in front in the fresh, clean air in a horse race. They don't want to be starting late, starting slow. And you can see, well, the Astros did give up some of those games late, but I think this Yankees team's one to be contenders with all season long.
Yeah.
Unlike the Dodgers, who have no bullpen.
Yeah, the Dodgers bullpen, and the bottom of the line, and the bottom, the pitching staff at the bottom here. So it's a little scary. We knew it was going to be sketchy, but the key here is, can Judge and Stanton stay healthy? Can Rizzo be serviceable? Right.
That's your big question there, right? Can Juan Carlos stay healthy for the Yankees, as he missed quite a bit of time over the last couple seasons? Can Judge stay healthy, because we know he misses time? These guys stay healthy. That's a top big three of batters that no team wants to face. And then, at any time, because it's like any time through the round, you have to face those three guys. Yikes.
Yep, that's the question mark there for this Yankees. Can they just keep the guys on the field? Can we just stay healthy, guys? That's what we need. All right, Rod here on the Yankees, minus 116 against the D-backs, 940 each time. You also gave him that bonus, right?
I did. We gave out Juan Soto to crush a home run.
There you go.
And you know what? I'm a homer. So, see this? The Oilers are in action tonight. And I've got no premium on either side, because this is going to be a tough game. But I think the Oilers bust out first. We're going to go with Connor McDavid to get the first goal. He's in quite a battle. He wants that Art Ross trophy, and he's been ripping it up, averaging over 2 points a game. I think he gets the first goal in tonight's game. Plus 650, Connor McDavid gets the first goal tonight.
There you go from Rod Zawacky, first goal. Of course, Rod, everybody know about your video series, NHL A to Z, every game on the board. They can still go up there and catch those 8-game card tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Eight game card tonight. We got a parlay video over there as well. Definitely go check those out. And tomorrow, same thing. 8-game card with a parlay video coming shortly. So definitely make sure that you've liked, subscribed, and you've turned on that notification bell. That way you get notified when all those videos drop. And you can get the best number with me on all those hockey videos, A to Z. Whatever game you're looking for, check it out. It's archived. Got you covered on any hockey game you're looking for over at Pick Dogs.
Absolutely, guys. Just type in, look it up, Pick Dogs, or just in the search, type team and just put Pick Dogs, and you'll find Rod's pick. All right, that's the way to roll it. Easy to go there. All right. We got two Nationals bumped into each other, but they caught the ball. We get out of the ninth here, 8-3 going to the bottom ninth here. Pirates taking the lead, a 5-run ninth inning here for this Pittsburgh Pirate team. All right, Rod, have a great night. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
Have yourself a good one, everybody. Win those bats, crush them books. And catch you guys tomorrow. Tackle the Book Tuesday.
Absolutely. Tackle the Book Tuesday. Rod Zawacky here on the drive through. Let's continue. I guess wrap up this chat today. It's been a pounding here. It is a pounding. It is the Pelicans. As you guys said, this game is already decided. It's Pelicans 14, the Suns 2. This is the biggest pounding we've had. I think we had another pounding not too long ago on this one. I think Jay was on an island by himself, but won that one. That was one of the few losses here on the chat. The chat pick of the day has been outstanding here. 14 right now on the Pelicans, 2 on the Suns. We have 4 going over, 1 going under. So the chat pick of the day is the Pelicans by far in this game. All right, let's continue on. Now I want you guys to go ahead and put in your show pick. Put your show pick into the chat. We'll announce it at the end of the show. All right, let's get to the recap, and then we'll get to my pick, because my pick is going to be a late night game. The recap, we'll start it off here with Brian, Hawks +2 against Bulls. David was on the Tigers +121 against Mets. Jay was on Rangers +112 here. Rangers +112 against the Rays. We had Brad on the Phillies -139 against the Reds. Jovan was Celtics Hornets over 218.5. Rod was on Yankees -116 against D-backs. I'll be on the Guardians Mariners under 8 will be my pick here. And the one I like the most here, boy, there's a couple I really like here. But I'm gonna go with Jovan's pick. Celtics Hornets over 218.5. Again, these clinching teams, they're loosening the reins defensively, but they're still trying to pad their stats offensively. they're still putting the points of mine. Why can't there's so much money in the league right now, right? Stats matter. So you're starting to see these guys pad them up, even though they have nothing to play for. They're still going to make sure their line looks good. Because first thing after a game, whenever the player's sitting in the bench or it's in the locker, first thing they do is they look at the stat sheet. That's the first thing they look at. And you know what they're looking at. They're looking for their name, and they're looking for points, rebounds, assists, turnovers, but mainly the points, right? The points and rebounds and assists. Those three are the ones they're looking at, and they're going to make sure that looks good every game, no matter if they clinched or not. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through. I told you I like the Guardians game, right, going under the total, and actually let's put it up here in a second. We'll get to my pick here. We did like the Guardians. I should have changed my. Let me go ahead and just change my graphic here. How did I not change mine to college to MLB instead of NBA? I don't know. Anyway, let's go ahead and change. Let me go ahead and do the. Let me go ahead and move the chains. I got caught up in the conversation. Sometimes I fail to move the chains, so we'll move the chains. We'll get to the late game tonight. Where are we at? Here we go. MLB. Here we go. Guardians Mariners. There we go, Guardians Mariners. We're under 8 here in this one. And really, when it comes down to it, I was not impressed with Mariners. Mariners have always had that trouble hitting at home. And they won a lot of those close nail biters against Boston. It was not a lot of hitting. And looking here at the numbers here, looking at the Mariners, again, good work from their pitching staff, but just weak hitting at home. The Guardians bullpen performed well here, but one thing that got my attention, the Guardians hit just .232 against Oakland's right-handed starters. So they didn't do very as well as I would think they would against the right-handers. So that's one of the factors here. We know at the bottom of this pitching rotation here. McKenzie, though, is on the mound for Cleveland. That's something we like here, right? A low whip, good strikeout rate here, and of course we got Emerson Hancock here for Seattle. But again, I don't know if we're going to get the. It's tough to hit there in Seattle. Mariners again, good pitching, but weak hitting. That always seems to be the key. That always seems to be the case with these Mariners. So we'll go under here, especially with the chilly weather here in Seattle. So we'll go here under 8 here in this one. McKenzie and Emerson Hancock. Guys, check out pick.com. I have a best bet on the board right now from the NBA. Also, single game from Major League Baseball, or get my long-term pass. 3/7 30 Sports Pass. Get all my pre and plays for that time. Just like when you go to my handicapper page, make that purchase promo code PICK at checkout, and you'll save that 15% off. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through here. We got to that game, and of course now it's time to go ahead and ask you guys to give us your best pick of the day tonight. Give us your best bet, show pick, and we'll read it here at the end of the close. All right, that'll do it for this edition of the drive-through. Guys, be sure to tune in again tomorrow live here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring our cappers from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Plays. They'll get their plays in prime time. Remember, always get started with that morning show. We're live 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. We got Mitch, we got Jay, we got Chris. Of course, don't forget the video series up here. Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes. His roundtable discussions with the professionals, betting tools as well discussions. Also, we've got Jay with his jam session in the NBA. Chris around the league in the NHL. Rod Zawacky, A to Z coverage, NHL, every game on the board, a pick from every game on the board for the NHL from Rod. Also a parlay coming in. Brad Francis and Jovan both with their parlay short videos coming in. Yurfie as well from Brad coming in. Lots of great content. Guys, Brian Bitler against the your sharp contrarian angles there from Brian Bitler as well. Cossey, sharp trading plays. Big Al McMorty, all access. Dan Lane against the public betting, as well as with Ron O'Malley with his college basketball bank shot. All right, let's read your play of this. Get your show pick in there right now. Let's see, we've got under 8 here from Blake in the Padres game tonight. Suns money line from Ray Crotchy. What do we have here from doubles? Do we have something from doubles today? Show pick from doubles. Just missed his card. Like the Rangers -1.5 puck line against the fading the Penguins here. Penguins playing for nothing. Just an aging team here. These Penguins. A lot of issues there with that Penguin team. We may see them clean house at the end of the season. That is from doubles. Actually, I had the last part of it. Doubles was just the pick there. I added the commentary there. Let's see if we have anything else here coming in. Let's see. Those are the best bets we have. Let me check some up. Guardians money line here. I don't know. I kind of shied away from that. The total was what attracted me. Matthew like LSU money line. Chris White Thunder likes the Padres coming in. David Kleiner likes CBB women, Iowa women -2.5. Bo Dunn Astros -133 is his pick of the day. Ray Otuchi Suns money line is his pick. And let me see if we got any Soto going yard from Matthew. There's a play there from Matthew here. What else we have here? Leafs money line from Matthew as well. Yankees money line from Matthew. So Matthew coming in with his picks. Let's see if we have any more show picks from you guys. D-backs money line from Chop Kicks says D-backs money line. And in pocket, David Cleaner already with the O's minus a run line in pocket there. Let me see if we have any more. Let me see if we have any more show picks from you guys. This is your last call for the show picks before we close out the show. Let's see if we've got any more. Let me stretch it out here. Pelicans money line from Jonathan Gonzalez. We have Dion Mann likes Penguins money line coming in. So that's from Dion Mann. And there we go. We got all of them covered. All right, that's going to do it for the drive-thru. So let's go ahead and bring in our crew for tonight.